Well, a lot of the conversation has been about third downs with the Seahawks, and I thought a perfect opportunity with our Chalk Talk here to look at a few of the details in the third down defense for the Seahawks. Heck, I could put some of the fine offensive plays. I could put the shot down the field to Sidney Rice, the 70-yard touchdown run, 77-yard touchdown run with Marshawn Lynch, and a lot of positives in this game. But this has been a reoccurring theme in a lot of the matchups for the Seahawks. Their third down defense against the Rams, the Cowboys, the Patriots, and obviously this one historically bad as Lions went 12 for 16. And to me, the two of the biggest third down conversions, well, the single biggest I'm not breaking down here because it was too simple. There wasn't a lot to break down. As Pete Carroll said to us on that 3rd and 11, 47-yard touchdown pass by Titus Young, he just runs by Richard Sherman and Cam Chancellor, who both just took for granted the ball wasn't going there in zone coverage. Cannot happen, dropped 8, inexplicable, and really not enough to break down other than just unexcusable poor play and poor decision by two guys you counted on 3rd and 11 when Detroit hit their 47-yard touchdown. So let's fast forward, and this is the end of the game. This is right before the Lions go in to score. This is a 3rd and 10 at the +12 going into the end zone for Detroit. And you're going to remember this play as I start to break it down. And there's a little bit more detail that I can get into with some of their zone coverages and some of their youthful, as Pete Carroll says, some of their youthful challenges they're having right now in their zone coverage. So what the Seahawks like to do, and what they did in a bunch of these third down situations, is still rush 4 guys. Now, Big Red Bryant decides to kind of hang out at the line of scrimmage and unfortunately not get his hands up, but that's a different discussion. They rush 4 guys, and then as they do quite a bit, they're going to play what looks like 3 deep, your traditional 3 deep, and 4 under in coverage. Trufantsen and nickel, so this is their nickel group. So when you hear cover 3, 3 deep, your corner Browner with the 3rd, Earl Thomas goes into the middle 3rd, and then Sherman, your far 3rd. 3 deep, 4 under. Trufant, okay, Cam Chancellor walks down, so he plays this zone. He plays this zone largely. Wagner's got this zone, and KJ's got this zone. You try to take that intermediate in short zones with 4 underneath coverage, 3 deep. Now the Seahawks do it a little bit differently, and we've seen this all season long. Instead of your just traditional 3 deep, they really allow their 2 big corners to play man-to-man. So Browner is in off coverage. He's got the H-back tight end, and he doesn't honor him really at all and doesn't have to come up and press him. Sherman comes up and he presses Titus Young. So really this, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 changes a little bit because those 2 are in man, and now you're leaving these 4 underneath defenders and Earl to cover the rest of these zones. These 2, and they've done a fabulous job of it for much of the season. And other than that go route touchdown on 3rd and 11, a very good job of keeping their contained, of keeping their eyes, their leverage. They've done fantastic. A lot of the core issue on these third downs comes to that intermediate zone coverage. And what you see here, and what stands out to me more than anything else, when Pete Carroll says, part of the challenge right now on third downs is our youth. Well, where is our youth in this situation? Is the youth Cam Chancellor in his 3rd year? No. Is the youth Trufant in his 10th year? No. So the conversation with this youth really comes down to Mr. Wagner and KJ Wright. 8 games into his career, and really his first year being a significant starter. Started games a year ago, but really taken on that leadership and starting role now. And when you watch this critical third down play, more than anything else, you'll see where some of their youth and inexperience comes. 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10 from the 12. KJ Wright, what is he looking at? I talk about all the time a quarterback coming out and looking at the front. What is KJ Wright looking at in this situation? Well, he should see right away that Sherman's got Titus man-to-man. He should see right away that it's a 3 receiver side away from him. His only zone, his only zone is this zone here with really 1 eligible guy to come into it. With the tight end free releasing this way, he's got 1 guy. 1 guy to have some awareness to. Now, this is not easy. And please don't ever misunderstand when I say he's got 1 guy, he should see this. It's never that simple and it's never that easy. But as he drops into his zone and this running back runs a little angle route, a Texas route as Sherman calls it, watch on video KJ Wright and you tell me his awareness for what's going on. Unfortunately, he widens. He's already wide. He widens further, and in so doing, he allows this running back to gain really 11 yards to the 1 yard line instead of having an awareness seeing I've got man outside, seeing the whole field, seeing the formation, seeing the route combinations that are coming at me, and instead of widening 2 steps and creating this huge chasm of opportunity, just float a little bit. Just sit, and the instant you see that, you jump on it, and it's a 5-yard gain. Where you hope that youth can translate into experience next year, I got it. Not only do I have the call, not only do I know my zone, well, now I know what this running back's doing. Now I know how they're going to attack me. Now the next time 3rd and 10 comes up at a critical juncture in the game to hold them to a field goal, I'm going to have my eyes in the backfield instead of getting out wide, over widening, leaving that zone, vacating that zone. And the same can be said here for Wagner too. He's got a little more difficult job as he's got to turn and find the tight end and gain some depth. But go watch this replay. Look at the amount of depth that he gains on 3rd and 10 from the 12. He gains so much depth, he runs into Earl Thomas wherever Earl went. These two collide at the goal line because your linebacker is at the goal line on 3rd and 10 with everything in front of them. Youthful inexperience, they're going to get better, they're going to see the whole field, but unfortunately right now in some of these critical situations, offenses in that passing game are taking advantage of them.